Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and I'm bringing you a complete set overview of the EX booster set, and we're going to go over each card, how I feel about them, my opinions on them, are they good, what maybe they might be good in. I'm not doing like what normal content creators, and whenever a card gets revealed, they'll kind of go over it. I think waiting till the end to go over all the cards, because again, at the end they release like 25 cards quite easily. So guys, if you like this kind of content, remember, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for all Digimon content that comes through, or Vanguard Zero content, or Vanguard in general overdress. So guys, without further ado, let's dive in to the cards. So EX Booster is very interesting. It is all the classic arts that we came to know and love from the original TCG player, but with added visuals and fantastic cards. So let's go over it, shall we? So first off, we do have Agumon. So once per turn for its inheritable, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Tamer or one Digimon card with Agumon in its name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards in to the bottom of any order. I see this card definitely being played with Bonds of Hope. It's a very solid Agumon. Can I say it's going to replace any of the other Agumons? Possibility, because again, I think when attacking is more important. I think it'll replace the on play one that searches the top 3, because again, this card definitely does a better job at doing it, because when attacking at least gets you this multiple times. So let's do that. Next, let's talk about Palesiomon. Palesiomon is when attacking the player, draw a card. I definitely like this card. It's very solid. It gives a sense of plussing that red was lacking when Omnimon Turbo came in, because again, being able to once per turn draw a card when attacking is so important. These both combo really well. Do I see this playing now? Maybe in niche situations. Again, if your deck needs to draw more, definitely play this. I think this is better than the memory gaining Palesiomon that we have, but I could be wrong from playtesting I haven't made yet. I think this card is definitely a good in a vacuum. Wizardmon is just another when this Digimon attacks a player, delete one of your opponent's level 3000 DP. If you're dealing with a lot of rookie rush, I definitely recommend picking up this card and doing so, just because it's a really solid card. Next is we have the Gurumon. When attacking once per turn, you may play a 3 cost or less tie Kamiya Tamer card from your hand without paying its memory cost. The only 2 cards that you can couple cards you can do that is with black, red 2-drop tie, black 2-drop dry, and then tie Kamiya that does things related to the bonds of courage Agumon. So definitely, I see this card definitely played in the Bonds of Courage deck. It's just really solid. Next, we have Tyrannomon. So when Digivolving, if you don't have a Taiga, you may play a Taiga from your hand without paying its memory cost. Really solid. Your turn. This Digimon is also treated as a green Digimon. Tyrannomon needed this because, again, now it has the ability to Digivolve where it needs to into Metal Tyranno in Green Christmas Tyrannomon. It's just really solid. Next, while this Digimon has Tyrannomon in its name, it gets plus 2000 DP. So again, very solid. Very good card. I think this will definitely help give Christmas Tyrannomon just the oomph it needed. So definitely take that into account. Then we have Garotamon. So Garotamon says, while this Digimon attacks, or not just, it's a little bit smaller. No, I wish I could move that. Let's see if I can make myself smaller. There we go. Just move myself a little bit smaller here. So, major editing. Nah, we're gonna leave that in. During your turn, while this Digimon attacks, a player gain 1 memory. Very solid card, really good. I definitely like it a lot. I don't know if this will see play. Like the other Gurumon didn't really see play, even though it was a draw advantage, but it had to be blocked. So gaining 1 memory is pretty decent. I don't see it in many decks right now, potential, but it's a solid card. Next, we do have delete. We have Magnadramon. So this one is at least to help out get red and black into red. So you guys, again, I like this kind of allowing us to digivolve more often into multicolors and being able to mix a little bit easier. So on play, delete 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 or less DP. While this Digimon has a machine type in its type, this Digimon gains security +1. So again, it helps for machine Dramons or, you know, anything else big and bulky. Next, we do have Metal Greymon. So when this Digimon attacks a player, delete 1 of your opponent's 4000 or less DP. I can definitely see this seeing some sort of small play, but we'll have to wait and see. While this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its type, it gains Piercing. While this Digimon attacks or deletes an opponent's Digimon, survives the battle, it performs a security check. So I like having the Pierce. It's just really nice because, again, red doesn't have Pierce very often. Dragonkin, I think, is related to War Greymon, if I remember correctly. So next, yeah, he is Dragonkin. Okay, so when digivolving, this Digimon can attack when your opponent has 1 or more memory. It has Blitz, so really nice. Very often that this card is a 4 cost, so it definitely guarantees. It's not as good as the other Blitz support, but at least it gives War Greymon the ability to Blitz. While attacking, while this Digimon attacks a player, if you have a Tamer in play, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with Blocker. Being able to eliminate a blocker before dealing their final blow to them is really nice. So again, I like that a lot. We got Phoenixmon. So security +1, 11,000 DP, 3 cost evolution. I don't know if this will see play. When attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, trigger draw 2. Again, if we come into a point where red needs to draw a bunch of cards, this card definitely could see play. I might be underestimating this. This could definitely be seeing play in like a Mega Zoo build, because again, this card is really solid for Mega Zoo, to be honest. It's a 12 cost, 11,000 DP play. Again, it's not as good as maybe the 10 cost, but again, Mega Zoo could definitely take advantage of this Phoenixmon, being able to finally give them a draw engine that they never really had outside of the Vmon loop. So this Phoenixmon could definitely see play in a Mega Zoo build. Let's go over Gabumon. So when attacking, once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 Tamer, and 1 Digimon card with Gabumon and its card name among them, place them in the reigning order. Again, similar to the Agumon that I mentioned earlier, this card is really solid, and I like it a lot because of the fact of the matter, revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, adding a possible plus and filtering. Again, once after a certain point, you'll know your deck, and knowing your deck, if you're a really good player, it's feeling like a Tsukuyomi. If you ever played Vanguard, it was always about stacking the deck to a certain point, so after a certain point, you knew exactly what was through your deck. So again, being able to do that just really helps out. Again, knowledge is power. Next is Gomamon on play, trash bottom Digi-Evolution card of 1 of your opponent's Digimon. This could definitely see play in like a Hexablaumon build. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's a really solid card. Will it see extreme play? Possibly not. Again, anything that deletes opponents' Digimon's evolutionary sources is just hit or miss, depends on the deck. So we got Vmon here, so once per turn, when this unsuspended in your main phase, gain 1 memory. I think this is pretty good. Again, being able to when it unsuspends, like underneath a Imperial German Dragon mode that restands, is just really good. Next, we do have Jamming X Vmon. So Jamming, of course, they're going to give another one, but it can evolve from 2 for a 2 cost at level 3, green or blue. So again, they're trying to make Jamming Vmon more consistent while either playing green or blue variants. So So when this Digimon contains Imperial German in its name or has a free in its characteristics, this Digimon gains Jamming. So being able to finally give your green Imperial German Dragon Mode Jamming is going to be nuts, because at least now it has piercing, it can restand itself, and it's just nasty. I definitely see potential with this card. So when we have Gurumon, you may play a Matt Ishida with a play cost 3 or less. Same thing, it's going to be on the final evolutions Matt Ishida you're going to play, or the 2 cost mats. There's not many other mats that you can play that'll blend well with this, but definitely that's what you're going to be doing. We got Ikakumon, definitely a really solid card. This card says that this, when attacking your opponent's unsuspended Digimon, when this Digimon can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no Digi-Evolution sources, being able to attack your opponent's Digimon with no evolution sources, being able to attack a blocker head-on or anything like that with the Gomamons and stuff like that with Hexablaumon, really nice, because again, then you can start removing standing units. Really good. Next, we do have Gurumon. So when Digivolving, trigger draw 1. Really nice being able to draw 1 and just plus from there. When attacking once per turn, you may have, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, add 1 memory. So again, being able to have, if our hands are huge because we are blue, being able to gain 1 memory is just really nice. I think it can definitely see in a Aware Gurumon build, Focus, or Bonds of Friendship Gurumon deck, where Ancient Gurumon's also in it. Because again, putting this under Ancient Gurumon is really... no, you can't do anything with that. Where Gurumon, at least, it's just good to be restandable. I don't see it seeing much play. Then we have Zudomon. So when Digivolving, trash the bottom evolution of one card of one of your opponent's card, and your turn, this Digimon can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no evolutionary sources. Being able to kill a blocker with this thing, really nice. Outside of that, you won't see much play. Then we have Imperial German. So Digivolving, it's a 3 cost evolutions, level 4s, not bad. When Digivolving, if this card has a Digimon card with free in its attribute in its card name Digievolution, unsuspend it. Really nice. Being able to restand himself early is really good. He doesn't have jamming, which is very sad, but let me double check Vmon. So Vmon can definitely keep Imperial German with jamming. So Palesiomon with jamming. If this Digimon has Imperial German in his name, this Digimon is unblockable. I like it being able to just say, haha, you can't block this. So very solid card. I definitely see this playing in most Imperial German builds. Then we have Palesiomon. So again, Palesiomon is once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digi-Evolution cards is trash, draw 2 cards, and then your turn, this Digimon can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no evolutionary sources. Really nice. This is what people thought Gomamon was going to Digivolve into, so that's why they probably kept this and didn't put Bikemon in. So again, this is what they were going with originally, if I remember correctly. Your turn, this Digimon can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no evolutionary sources. I like that. Like that a lot. Again, like I said, anything that can remove a unsuspended Digimon makes this plus Hexablaumon, being able to make them not be able to attack or defend your mons, and then having this being able to just poke in to standing big guy threats that you would just otherwise lose to. Really nice. I think they'll blend well with Hexablau. Then we have Metal Gurumon. So Digivolving, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your hand. So this could almost Digivolve for free if you have a 16 card hand, which isn't bad. If you have 8 or more cards in your hand and a Tamer in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon with on deletion effects to the bottom of its owner's deck. Really nasty, really counters purple, which is going to be a problem for blue. So again, it's really good. Then we have Imperial German Dragon Mode. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a Digimon card with free in its attribute, in its Digi-Evolution cards, unsuspend this Digimon, then suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each card with a different color in your Digimon's card evolution. This card gains +1 TP. So really nice being able to gain a bunch of power. Again, it'll also have jamming. I don't understand why it matters if it gains jamming from the XVmon, but again, at least it makes him beefy and tanky. So it looks like just really solid card all around. Next, we have Ikakumon. So on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gains -1 security attack. Really nice. I think this could definitely see a small splash into yellow if they are playing like a Contourmon build. Just over round, just trying to minus DP. I think this is kind of solid card. Again, yellow's yellow. Any support at this point is just broken. So Patamon, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon with Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angels in their type among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. So let's get the thing that he recovers you. Let's get the thing that minuses you. Let's get the card that spams the board. Again, there is infinite possibilities of what you can grab with this. Again, your deck is more focused around it. Solomon is in here. So once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, draw a card. I think this is definitely a solid card. Again, if you notice, also there's no Digitama in this set, so definitely pay attention to that. There's also Garotamon. So if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2000 DP for the turn, once per turn. I have a feeling that they're going to hit the Garotamon that can constantly spam for -1000 DP. So, I mean, it's the same card. So, I don't know. I think that's maybe why they're trying to do this. They're going to ban a few of yellow's minusing for the restanders and stuff like that. Could be a possibility. So, at the end of battle, if you have 3 or fewer security, trigger recovery +1 in the security stack. So, what's nice is at least this Leomon's not in battle and he dies and this BS happens. At least it's in the security. It's a slight recovery. This helps definitely security control decks. Definitely going to see this probably see play because, again, it's a Mon that literally at least battles and recovers you a card. I definitely see future play with this card. Next, we have Angelmon. So when attacking once per turn, you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gets +1000 DP until the end of next turn. Your opponent's next turn. Really nice. This is, again, being able to have a constant power-up and going into your opponent's next turn is just nasty because sometimes those you can't just attack over it. So when attacking, if you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gets +4000 DP. And at the end of your opponent's next turn, until the end of your opponent's next turn, really ridiculous. This now becomes an 11k. This is nice. Once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, gain 1 memory. Recovery decks are going to love that. Then we have Angelmon. When attacking, again, same thing. 3 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon and all your opponent's security Digimon gets -3000 DP for the turn. Really nasty if you can get most of these out and just blanket the heck out of the board. Once per turn, when a card is added, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2000 DP. I love it. Next, we have Seraphimon. So once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digi-Evolution cards is trashed, trigger draw 2. Opponent's Digi-Evolution cards is trashed. This Digimon can attack an opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no evolutionary sources. I think there was a typo here. So yeah, trigger recovery +1 Digivolving. This is the typo. Opponent's turn, while this Digimon this Digimon is suspended, all your opponent's security Digimon gets +5000 DP. All your security Digimon gets +5000 DP. Again, ignore the bottom text because that's not correct. So recovery when Digivolving. So it's, again, a better classic Seraphimon that we got from the trial deck. Definitely very powerful. When, again, being able to give +5000 DP is nasty. I definitely see this played in like Mega Zoo builds because, again, or the recovery deck, just because it does better than the Seraphimon gaining extra. attack. So while this thing is rested, basically it's a threat target that they have to attack into. So this definitely will probably see in security deck played. Then we have Magnadramon. So you may trash the top card of your security stack to unsuspend this Digimon. So when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security attacks, security cards trigger the recovery +1. Again, I think this should be 2 or less. I think the 3 is just not, that should not be a thing. Next we have Tenemont. So let's to the left. When attacking, the next time one of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with Insectoid or Ancient Insectoid, and its type, reduce the memory cost of this Digimon by 1. I like that. Again, cheating in your bigger threats later on is just so important. Again, this is definitely wink wink nudge nudge to possibly having the Beetle evolution in here. So again, it's just future proofing for set 7. Next we have Palesiomon deletion. On deletion, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP. I like that, especially if it dies early into a security thing. You can definitely hit the 5k blocker. It'll just help out. Next we have Garotamon. When attacking, you can digivolve this. You can digivolve this card into one Digimon with Insectoid type from your hand, and paying its Digi-Evolution cost. So what's really nice is you pay the cost. It's not saying you don't pay the cost. So again, really nice. When attacking, you digivolve into, let's say, Mega Garotamon. Again, it's in the middle attack, so now it's an ultimate. You just cheated it in. It passes to your opponent's turn after the battle. Next is Ikakumon. Once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. Really nice to give inheritables to, let's say, if we're using Flower King. Ikakumon is start a turn, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 or less DP. And then when this Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, survives, one of your opponent's suspended Digimon cannot unsuspend until their next unsuspend step. So really nice. You have to wait. You prevent them from restanding once. Here is Stingmon. So it has Pierce, really nice. But again, your turn. If this Digimon has Imperial German in its name or is a free attribute, this Digimon gains Pierce. Being so good. Let's be honest here. I'm not lying. I can see this played in regular Imperial German because of the fact of the matter. It finally gives Imperial German Pierce, the one that has jamming and gets restud by the Palesiomon. Really good. I think that's the best way of going about it. Lilithmon is going to say when your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gains security +1. Really nice. I think this helps out with a lot of decks that can just maybe what you could do is instead of over jamming, you can then make your Hercules Kabuterimon that you play in the trial deck to gain an extra security with Pierce. It's a really nice overwhelm card. Next, we have Mega Garotamon. Speak of the devil. So when attacking, you can digivolve this card into one Digimon with Insectoid or Ancient Insectoid in its card name from your hand and paying its Digi-Evolution costs. Being able to attack, again, similar to the Garotamon, being able to cheat it in is just really nice. And that's where the Tenemont comes in to lower that effect. So when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle and survives, gain 1 memory. I don't know. That's pretty solid just to be able to climb up in the middle of combat. Is really nice. I think it's going to see play. Next, we have Dinobeamon. So when digivolving, if this card has a Digimon card with free in its attribute and its Digi-Evolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP. Not bad. When your Digimon with Imperial German in its name deletes an opponent's Digimon battle and survives, gain 1 memory. This is going to be really good because the fact of the matter is we'll use Imperial German Dragon Mode, the green one, to delete one of our opponent's Digimon and just call it a day. There's not much they can do. Next, we have Rosemon. So when one of your Digimon, this Digimon gets 1000 DP for every suspended Digimon your opponent has. When attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Really nice being able to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and suspend a blocker and get in for lethal. Then you have Mega Garotamon. So once per turn, when your Digimon with Insectoid or Ancient Insectoid type is deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle and survives, you may unsuspend this Digimon. Really nice being able to multi-attack with this thing. So for each Digimon card with Insectoid in its type, in this Digimon's evolution cards, it gets plus 1000 DP. I think this is really nice. We're going to see definitely Mega Kabuterimon, the Hercules Kabuterimon and stuff like that. I think this is going to definitely play well with the Ancient support that comes in and the Spirit support. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Here's Coremon. For each of your other Digimon you have in play with the same name as this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. This is what we've been needing for a while. This is going to kick that promo out. I think this Garotamon is just 10 times better than the promo, even though it gives defensive on our opponent's turn. I think this is the card we've been waiting for. So Garotamon is definitely something you're going to pick up. We have Ridemyavatar. So you may trash a card from this card's with... You may trash a card, Digimon card with Machine or Cyborg in its type to trigger draw 2. Again, this card is definitely going to be played with the Machine Dramon build that they're thinking of. That we're going to discard an ultimate, play it, we're going to fuel our graveyard and just draw a bunch of cards. Really nice for the on. Next, we have Seraphimon. But once per turn, when another Digimon with the same card name as this Digimon is destroyed, unsuspend this Digimon. Really nice. So I like this a lot because it helps with the old Diaboromon, because it can delete a token, unsuspend itself. Now the attack, now it's standing up. Your opponent has less likely being able to kill it. Now we have Garotamon. So this one can at least attack, cannot attack. So that's a thing. It's just doing the same thing. So you may trash a card with Machine or Cyborg in its type to trigger draw 2. Definitely a really improvement to the original that they had. I think this is a really solid card. It will definitely see play in black blocker decks. We have Machine. We have Angelmon. So when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 level 6 card with Machine in its type among them to your hand. Trash the remaining. I wonder what this is for. So while this Digimon has Machine in its type, this Digimon gains blocker. So yeah. Again, another option, gets multiple options. Metal Tyrannomon is when Digivolve, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add a level 6 Digimon with Machine in its types to your hand. Trash the remaining. Opponent's turn, while this Digimon has Machine in its type, this Digimon gains Reboot, unsuspend it. I think the Reboot is really nice. Again, it helps for the Machine Dramon build. This is when Digivolve, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 level 6 Digimon with Machine in its types among them. Add it to hand. Trash the remaining. When attacking, if this Digimon has Machine in its type, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 5 or less. Again, wondering what that is for. Heal the blocker. Then we have Infernal. So once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon digivolves into a level 5 or higher, gain 1 memory. So again, being able to just have this out, and when they digivolve high up, you gain 1 memory. So their 3 costs now becomes a 4 cost. So again, it passes your turn more likely, just so that's how that's trying to do. It's just trying to your opponent's turn, both players' turn. If your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gains plus 2000 DP, if you can get 2 of these out, you can have a really nice solid. So then we have Tenemont. When this evolves into a Digimon with Tenemont in its name in your hand, reduce the memory cost by 1. I like that. While this Digimon has Tenemont in its name, this Digimon gains Jamming. While this Digimon includes Tenemont in its name, this Digimon gains Jamming. Cool. Double printing. Read that for nothing. Metal Tenemon. So at least now we have another Metal Tenemon for that Tenemon deck that we tried to make viable a while ago. So again, not bad. So Metal Tenemon, for each Digimon card with Tenemon in its name, in its trash, this Digimon gains plus 1000 DP. So again, really nice. Trigger on deletion. Trigger Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. You know what it does. Unless they hit 3 or less. It doesn't do anything. We have Boltmon Reboot. So really nice to have him have Reboot. When Digivolving, trigger Digivolution 1. So again, it's just another card that Digivolves. They need to work on Digivolution. Tapirmon, Inherit, Fill, draw a card once per turn. I think it's when it's attacking. When attacking, draw 1 card. Really solid card. It's just solid. Then we have our Retaliation Devimon. While you do not have a Digimon with Myotisman in its card name in play, this Digimon cannot attack your opponent's Digimon. Whatever, this card is terrible. It only helps with Don Devi. Retaliation with Wizardmon. All your Digimon with Retaliation gains Rush. This is what we needed. Wizardmon is so good. This is basically making sure that we're going to focus on Retaliation. We can make this into an ultimate, have it sit there as an ultimate, and just literally laugh at our opponent while we spam rush a board. Now we don't have to climb all the way up to Anubismon. This card just literally does Anubis on ultimates. So on deletion, return one of your level 4 or lower Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. Not bad for a Devimon. It's definitely a solid target choice, better than a lot of the Devimon choices you have. Don Devi gets a little bit of buff. Ogremon's in here, so when you may trash a card from your hand to give your Digimon security +1. You may trash a card from your hand or to give your Digimon plus 2000 DP when attacking. So again, being able to gain an extra security attack is sometimes really solid, especially in this game. Next, we have Lady Deva. Lady Deva is when Digivolving, you can trash three cards from the top of your deck. So again, helping mill is really nice. So I think this will definitely maybe see more play than Lady Deva. They might swap this out for this one for Don Devi because milling him is a lot faster. Being able to mill faster is just what that deck wants to do. Once per turn, when you play a Digimon card from your trash, gain a memory. Really nice. I think it sees possible play, but who knows. Next, we'll see Myotisman. So when this Digimon is Digivolving into a Digimon card with Myotisman in its name in your hand, reduce the memory costs of the Digivolution by 1. So, and if you have a Digimon as Myotisman in its name, all your Digimon with Retaliation can attack your opponent's unsuspended level 4s. That's cute. Not gonna go anywhere, let's be honest. Now we have Skullgreymon, security +1. At the end of the attack, delete this Digimon. On deletion, you may play one Agumon card from your trash suspended without paying its memory costs. So again, and it looks like it does not say the on plays are negated. This is really nice, being able to splash red and purple. It's future support. I don't know where they're going to go with it. We have Venom Myotisman, delete this Digimon at the... So, Retaliation, once per turn, you may play one level 4 or less purple Digimon with Retaliation. On play effects do not activate. That's how that goes. Piedmon's in here, so we have delete one of your opponent's unsuspended level 4s. Once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, trigger draw 1 card. Now, I think that's really nice. The draw 1 card is a solid aspect of it. Next, we have Diaboromon. At the end of battle, you may play one Diaboromon token without paying its memory costs. Diaboromon tokens are undivided. They can't Digivolve. They're just tokens. Once opponent's turn, all Diaboromon gain blocker. I like that. I think this will see definitely play with Armageddonmon. Will it push Armageddonmon to top? No. Next, we have this Tamer, Analog Boy. So reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Digimon card from among them to your hand, trash the remaining cards. When one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with the Digievolution card is deleted, you may suspend this Tamer to gain 1 memory and hatch 1 Digimon card to an empty space in your breeding area. I think this is really good because, again, I think this is a way of trying to alleviate my one stack got out there, got deleted. Well, at least Analog Boy will try to say, hey, it passed my turn, at least give me that Digi Egg. So again, lets you set up and try to get out. Again, you're not moving it very often. It sucks because you're not doing anything with it. It's just trying to help you. You would have just flipped it anyway. I don't know. We have Baptist Flames. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 or DP and blocker. So again, you're just deleting a blocker. Don't get it. We have Ice Wall, the most card everybody's going like, this needs a banning. All cards gain when attacking lose 2 memory until the end of your opponent's next turn. Yes, it is annoying. It is going to be seeing play. I'm telling you this right now. This is probably a 3 of maybe 4. Next is Ultimate Connection. You may trash one card, one level 5 with Cyborg in its type from your hand to gain 2 memory, draw a card. I think this is probably a really solid card for the Machinedramon at the end. Next, we have Myotisman. Play 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. Then, if you have a Digimon with Myotisman in its name in play, one of your Digimon gains blocker till the end of your opponent's next turn. Security, play a level 4 or lower Digimon from the trash without paying its memory cost. I like it. It's solid. Again, I forgot to say this. Activates main effect, so it doesn't really matter. Next here is, if you have a Tamer in play, you may use this option card ignoring its color requirements. The next time one of your Digimon digivolves this turn, trash one card with the same color as it. Cool, they made a 2-cost hidden potential. Cool. 60% win rate. I like it. It's a hidden potential for all decks. Next, we have Programming Emergency Halt. Your opponent cannot use options until the end of your opponent's next turn. Again, I like it. It helps prevent like Hammer Sparks and stuff like that from hands. Just if your opponent is playing annoyancy stuff, you can definitely use it. Then we have Machinedramon in here. So you may play a level up to 5 red or black level 5 Digimon with Cyborg in its name with different card names from your hand or trash at the top of this Digimon's cards to gain 1 memory. So Digievolution cards. So again, it gets underneath. You get to play a bunch of them. You gain a bunch of inheritables. Machinedramon is just annoying. Digimon cannot be reduced. So yellow, go cry in a corner about this. If this thing has blocker, it's surviving for a long time. When the Digimon would be deleted, you may trash 2 level 5 Digimon from the Digimon's evolution cards instead. Again, being able to shut off piercing is just going to pick your opponent off. I love this Machinedramon. It's going to see its own deck. This is going to be probably a mega deck that is just going to be interesting. So guys, let me know down in the comments, what were some of your favorite cards from this set? What cards are you planning on playing? What cards are just garbage to you? Let me hear. Let me know. This is Ridemyavatar signing out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!